Now get you some breaking news that is coming in. Australian police have arrested 3 men in relation to an alleged at the Federation Square in Melbourne. Late January, police were in attendance at a Khalistan referendum event at the Federation Square on January 29 when the fight broke out. In fact, Melbourne cops have arrested 3 Khalistani supporters. This in connection to the attack at Melbourne's Federation Square on January 29. So, in fact, this is a crackdown on this is in fact in connection to an attack at Melbourne's Federation Square. And Melbourne cops have arrested 3 Khalistani supporters. So, crackdown on Khalistani supporters there in Melbourne. The police have arrested 3 Khalistani supporters. This in connection to an attack at Melbourne's Federation Square on January 29. Remember, police were in attendance at a Khalistan referendum event at the Federation Square on January 29 when the fight broke out. In fact, the Australian police have arrested 3 men in relation to a fight at the Federation Square in Melbourne, which occurred late January. The police were in attendance at a Khalistan referendum event at the Federation Square on January 29. Going straight across to my colleague Rishabh, who is joining us live on the broadcast. For more on this, Rishabh, what more details are we picking up? We, of course, do know that 3 Khalistani supporters have been arrested in connection to the attack at the Melbourne Federation Square on January 29.
Definitely. If you see on January 29, there was supposedly propaganda of Khalistan referendum in Melbourne at Federation Square, and there was a violence that ensued after the referendum, and there was an attack on Indian diaspora as well. And since then, there have been a lot of diplomatic discussions between India and Australia. Even when the Australian Prime Minister was here in India, Prime Minister Narendra Modi communicated to him that how India would not tolerate any violence against Indian diaspora, and he also raked up the issue of temple attack in various parts of Australia, and that's when even this issue was raked up by India at the topmost level with Australia. Australian Prime Minister in return had ensured that he will look into it and action would be taken as per law in Australia as well. After that, we saw Victoria Police releasing the images of suspects and had asked people to give any information they have about the released images, and then now what we are learning that 3 people have been arrested by Victoria Police, and they have been granted bail but will appear in Melbourne Magistrate Court on August 8th. 3 people, one 29-year-old, one 39-year-old and one 36-year-old have been arrested by the Australian police, the Victorian police, in regard to the violence that happened on 29th of January when there was a so-called Khalistani referendum happening in Melbourne.
Absolutely. Rishabh, thanks a lot for joining us with all those details.